Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm your host Karen Dave, the creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack and one of the co-maintainers. And wow, it's been an exciting week in the Resonant Rise mod pack. We've been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of updates, some trickiness with Thaumcraft, which I think we've managed to get around, but a bunch of new mods coming out, and we're very close to what we would call a stable release, so we're pretty excited about that. I am also pretty excited about finishing up my build, which we started last time. Now, before I continue, I'm just gonna go options, video settings, simple, or fast I should say. When I'm down here, it actually helps my frame rate a lot because my computer, I'm working on getting a new one, but my computer's really not up to the task. Let's just take the long route. Whee! Because I'm wearing Darkcraft armor, I can just whoop, but it's kind of ugly on camera. So, but if you recall, last time, down here, I set up this cool little area. I need to build a few things to fix it, but we're definitely going to go about getting this in motion today, processing the ores that come out of down here and getting them up into our AE system. Now, what that means is that I need to, step one, make sure that I'm refueling the carts. They need to get fuel, and I need to get the stuff out of them. Then, two, I need to make sure to control the carts so that they run their things correctly. And I actually think I'm going to do the control part first. Maybe I should have said that's step one, but there are no reshoots on Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. So what we're going to need for that is actually just one little thing. I should have finished it last episode, but we're running a little over time, and I'm trying to be really diligent about controlling the length of my episodes. And, wait, what? Just need to get rid of the sign. You asked for it, and here it is. 003A will be when it's not bad. Oh, okay. So this is Air. Pokefen, who's on the server right now, I think, made us a special mod that integrates metallurgy brass with IC2. So you can take brass dust, hit it, make it into ingots, hit it with a plate, and then we can actually use these to make mixed metal ingots. And they'll have more uses in the next version. So yeah, definitely we should use that because that's really cool. One of the things that we've tried to do is to add a lot more interesting options for people to diversify their builds. And I, for one, I was not very impressed with the state of IC2 a while ago because it was just slowing down, right? And that's not fun. But as its design is picked back up, I think it's actually made a lot of improvements. Its power system has been corrected, all sorts of great things. Maybe I should run out and grab some rubber in a moment off camera and make sure I have enough. Maybe we should use Darkcraft and IC2 to process our ores downstairs. Darkcraft has some pretty cool, well, I don't know if you'll find it cool, but I think they're cool. Very interesting mechanics. Only factorization does ore processing like Darkcraft does, which is, factorization is pretty weird too. But let's first get the system working, and then we can worry about actually processing the ores. Oh, and before I go, I just wanted to say I updated my power system a little bit. These are steam dynamos from thermal expansion. You can see the tooltip up there. These two little engines just weren't cutting it in the evening. This system only runs when there's no rain and there's no darkness. It has to be light for the plants to grow outside. And even torchlight doesn't seem to help. So that's fine, but I really do need power all the time. So I set it up with a daylight sensor right here from Minecraft. That when it detects daylight, it sends out a redstone signal, which inhibits, you can see here, it inhibits these engines from running. And this one runs all the time. It was just to help me catch up. But with this system, when it's dark out, these engines run as boosters. Now, the boosters are really cool because they basically help keep my system stay on at night. And I do have to refuel them manually. I'll come up with a longer term solution soon. I'm thinking I'm going to be using factorization for it. Maybe we'll go pure thermal expansion. But anyways, this system is great. It just doesn't produce enough to keep us going at night, right? We would need a lot more algae production, and I think we can do it, but we need a lot more, and we need a different layout than we have now. My design is far from optimal. But first, let's go ahead and let's make what we need. We need a detector rail. So a detector rail is really simple. We need some redstone, a stone plate, and some more of our rails. So I think we have some of these. We don't need any advanced rails. We do need some redstone, which I'm, as you can see, running perilously low on. And we need some stone. And of course we need some ties. So do we have any ties? We have 2. We'll need to make a few more. Let me just go ahead and grab a can, and I'll do that off camera. One moment. Okay, folks, let's take a trip down, and I think we'll be able to get things working pretty well. Whoa! God, I love that. I gotta finish that. I get that all the way down here. Sure, says. He was having trouble getting Ars Magica Power working. It takes a little bit of practice to understand what it's trying to do. Okay, so first let's go ahead and, well, that track we need. And this we don't need. Let's pick it up. So first thing we're going to do, we have this all set up neatly. Next thing we'd like to do is, well, we'd like to grab a pickaxe and maybe, well, no, we should be fine. We'll do it right here. Yeah, this should be good. So the next thing we'd like to do is set up a detector track and another point right here. This will be where we refuel the carts, because we do need to refuel them, and they all have to be refueled. Or rather, they both. Perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's go ahead and put that down there. Red side. So all we're really going to do is let's just take this in, right? And we'll say split this up. This goes up to the cart, to the engine. We can also, I think we can do this and goes to not the railers, the storage slots, the torches, the explosives, arrows, bridge material. I think that's a valid bridge material. If not, I'll go grab some wood. We can check in a sec. So this will refuel, and then we want to do at least transfer a maximum of 3 items. So that'll let us just put up some of the coal coke. It really shouldn't need more than 3 coal coke per run. This is not very long. In fact, I think that's actually much more than it needs. So we'll have to see about that as we go. Let's then make sure that there's nothing else. So this doesn't go. We'll just disable these. There we go. There we go. Disabled. So now those don't do anything. These do their own thing from the manager, and we'll have a system to generate smooth stone in a little bit that I think is a valid bridge material. So finally, what we want to do is make sure that once we get through this, I think we have to do it like so. We want to make sure actually to hold this guy over here a little bit further. Let's go ahead and break this slowly. Yep. And break this rather fast. Okay. In fact, we could even do it here, I think. Let's go ahead and put this down right here. That'll be where they hold and wait, right? Now, what we need to do is we need to make that detector track. So let's see here. Let's go grab our smooth stone and make our setup here, and then detector track. This is a directional detector track. What we use is the standard. We're missing one of these. Okay, so all we need is one of these. Ta-da! Well, almost ta-da. Stand by. Ta-da incoming. If I can just hit the right buttons in the right order. Ta-da! Ta-dow! Okay, so with that, we now have a detector rail, which we will put right here. And we will put the other remaining regular rails to finish this off. And then we will wire via just conventional redstone for now. Like so. So now what's going to happen is, well, you know what? Why don't I show you exactly what's going to happen? Let's start off by, we will put a little bit of fuel in this guy. And we can have him travel off on his own. So let's go ahead and put him right here. We'll disable the drill. And do we have anything we could use as fuel for him? How about one of these? There we go. And I'll bring down more fuel later, but you'll see what I have in mind for the fuel. Fuel, quite a bit. This now unloads, which won't really be much of anything. And now goes. It gets 3 fuel. And now it pushes that, and then it waits. So it's doing the right thing now. And it's not going to use any fuel at all. So let's go ahead and start this guy. We'll need one more fuel from here. And toss this in here. He'll go and dump his stuff out. Go there. And then this guy takes off. Oh, he didn't have any rails. Oh no. Derailer, don't go. Hoo-hoo. Let's see. If he has some rails, he'll start, but he'll just turn around. Let me go grab some rails and get those really properly loaded, and then you'll see. But you can see that that freed him up, right? And then, of course, he turned around because he had no rails, but that's not a problem. That's hard to fix. Let me just go grab some rails. And then, with the exception of routing some stuff around, I think we're actually ready to ore process down here. Let's see. I wonder how we're going to do that. One moment while I get the rails. All right, folks. Cart 1 is waiting. Cart 2 is just doing its thing. As we should see, it should do nothing here except pick up some fuel and then send cart 1 on its way, who now turns on. Oh, looks like he's going backwards, but oh, isn't he cute? And so I'm going to leave this running for a little bit because this is effectively working. Use our hypergenic nitor to light the way, but look at this. Look at this. How cool is this? He's just going to plug along and get us resources. And then when I can upgrade it, we can do even more. Right now, this is kind of a limited system, but it'll become better over time. I promise. Right. So let's just leave that going and see what he can do on his own. And in the meantime, this cart right here is going to be waiting and just waiting and waiting until his friend comes back. And I'll try and catch that on camera for you. But one thing I think is a little bit worrisome, right, is that this area is not, I'm not going to make a very intense base here on purpose, right? Like it's not it's a place that's meant to be moved. And so what I need to do is make sure that the carts can get out and do what they need to do, but that monsters can't come in and that I can run down there because eventually this drill will break. Let's just go phew. Look at how far he can go. It's kind of crazy. And then oh, here comes up. He's going to make bridges. And he's never ever going to accidentally dig. Oh, he knows exactly what to do. Oh, how cool is that? Making bridges, cutting along, going to hit some silver up there. Oh, it's really perfect. And let's make sure he has 35 rails left. Oh man, I could just watch that all day, but I will not subject you to that. I think we need something to seal off this door first. What could we use? Well, we want to keep at least that area, this one right here, done. So we could put a door, but it'll look awkward. We could just use blocks and break them, but that feels so noob. What we also need is something between here and here to get the job done of prepping fuel, making sure that we process ores, all those things. I think that we're probably going to put our ore processing behind this staircase here. We'll make it a proper staircase soon. But we can go like, just like so. Just make a whole bunch of room right here, right? No problem. This is where we'll put the ore processing and perhaps even the fuel preparation. And then we'll come back around. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll come back around over into here to bring the stuff. So, hey, are you coming back yet? What happened? Oh, no. No, my cart died. Oh, the bridge must have burnt. And then he must have fallen. Oh, no. Oh. That's the worst. I'm going to have to remake him. That was so much work. Really? Really? He's gone? My little cart is gone? Oh. Oh, that's the worst. I guess I should have seen it coming. All right, well, I'm going to go get that working, and I'll build him really quick, and he'll be running and ticking while we get ready for the next part of this, because we can make that work. I think I just poorly chose the bridge material, and I think that there are other things that will work. Fortunately, I can afford to replace that cart. But man, that is a bummer. That see, this is the problem with doing things for the first time on camera. Why did I ever promise you all that I would do that? That was a silly mistake. I should have tested things more. But I'm told that people love seeing me fail more than they like seeing me succeed. So there you go. There you go. But I guess it gives us time to go ahead and get the ore processing in order. So Let me go get that started. Oh, by the way. No! Oh! Oh, and by the way, the reason I gave myself 64 wood planks, I had 64 redwood planks, and I exchanged them for oak wood because Steve's Karst doesn't recognize biomes with plenty of wood. I got some stuff to do, folks, but let me see if I can solve my other problem. All right, folks, I am busy making the Mark II, which will take a little while, which is exactly like the Mark I, except not in lava. Ugh. Right, but, okay, let's see if we can solve that little problem we've got with the monsters being able to wander in. Because I've actually had a couple times where there have been zombies and things down there, and if I chunk load it, it'll only get worse. Because I don't want to light, and I don't want to put a torch placer and have to worry about manufacturing torches, etc. What I really want to do is just have it so that there isn't really a problem here, right? Boy, this is so sad. We'll probably break this spur by hand and not have it travel down that way. Might be wise. Might be wise. But we'll have to find a different bridge material once I get it remade. In the meantime, here's my idea. We can make these Forciflage blocks from Dartcraft. 8 of them probably is enough to start. So they're pretty cool. You go like this, like this, like this. Now you can buy... let's see if we can just walk right through them. If we take a look at the Book of Mudora, I think we can manage to actually go through them by right-clicking on them. So watch, we go like this, and we take a look at the descriptions. Book of Mudora, by the way, is really cool. Right-clicking a Forciflage block you own with a wrench will bring up a GUI where you can control. So I need a wrench, huh? Wrench. Wrench. Allow none. Allow all. Owner only. We could do that the same here. And, of course, here. And, hey, I can walk right through. How cool is that? What's more, I can do stuff like, well, let's go like this. Grab one of these. Let's just grab a piece out of the ceiling. And we can put that into the slot here. And it should end up looking just like it. So we go, boop. And as you can see, it looks just like it. So I'll probably come up with something cool for it to look like. I think you can only do it with other stuff, but you can color them too. So they're neat, and they're just basically a way we can go right through. Monsters can't pass through them. So no matter what, we're safe on that front. And if we go like this, carts should be able to pass through, right? Let's see. Do we have any plain stone left? We do. So let's go ahead and pull out a little bit of this. And make this so that we can force this cart to go along and derail for us, which I think would be a wise plan. Let's go ahead and do this. And there it goes. As you can see, it goes out, no problem. It'll go to the end. Hopefully not just leap right off into the... Okay, there we go. Now it's going to go back and do its thing. And all we have to do is just force wrench these, or just regular wrench these blocks, set the mode, and ta-da. I think we may actually use Dartcraft for the ore processing too. Maybe we'll also use that air mod that you saw earlier. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's use 2 mods that we don't see often used for these things. So we're going to need some IC2 machines and IC2 power. That's interesting. Oh, and as you can see, he's done. And best of all, he goes ahead and drops off his railing stuff over here. That's cool. Or actually, did he? Oh, no, he kept it, huh? That's tricky. Let's go ahead and make him... Let's make him drop off here into the cart manager from... Well, actually, no. Interesting. He didn't pull it from storage. I wonder why. I'll have to look into that. A couple little things I got to iron out, obviously. Don't worry about it, though. I'll figure it out before we have it go. Oh, off he goes. So let's go ahead and get ore processing. Let's go ahead and get ore processing handled next. Before I can proceed with my build, I'm going to need power. And for that, I'm going to need to get lava. I think it's the only... Whoop. And for that, I need ender tanks. So I'm going to run around with my awesome sword here, as you can see has looting 4 on it, and see if I can get any freaking blaze rods. I need 4 more. Let's see here. People said that they loved this, especially since I put some music to it, so I'll see if I can put some like dun 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 music to it. I don't know about that specific... Oh god, I remember this part. Ivanhoe! Yeah, and then up here, there were a bunch more. Oh boy. There you are. This time I'm not afraid. Come at me. Come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. In and out, in and out. Let's just get these guys to keep spawning. And let's go ahead and break these. How polite of you to leave it alone. Come back. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this a bit longer. See, I need at least 2 more of these, so soon. Soon. Ah! Not yet. At least I get some experience. I died earlier, as people are wont to do in the Nether. Oh boy. No, 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 no. Spawn, please. Oh. Oh. Come up. Come on. Good spawner. Ah. Oh. Come on, regen. There we go. Mission accomplished. Now to escape. Sorry that it's so dark, by the way. I can't make it much brighter. Whoop. Oh boy. I need a fire resistance spell or potion or something. Oh boy. Not what I was intending. Pardon me. Now, I know that I've ticked you guys all off. I'm out of here. Sorry about that. Oh boy. The Nether is such a tense place, even when you're really strong. Even when you're really strong, it just doesn't matter. Oh boy! You just have to know when to run. You have to watch your food levels really carefully. Helps to have regen. Oh yes. Okay, I have 8 blaze rods. That's quite a few blaze rods. Are you aggroed to me, sir? I would presume if you were, you'd be more angry. Okay. Whoo! And that, my friends, whoa! Whoa, run! Is a successful Nether run. Take that. Whew. Hey folks, so Unfortunately, I think we're just not going to be able to finish this in the time for this episode. This is why we have long episodes. But despite a little bit of problem mining down my force field, as you can see, this new system works pretty well. Look at how long this goes. It's to the point where I'm going to need a special chunk loader just down here because it's going to get away from my base chunk loader. It's a bit of a problem. But before we go, I wanted to show off that I set up a coke oven down here. And we're just going to do this right here. Right here. Ooh, hello, redstone. And we're going to put this right here. There is, I set this up in the Nether, a ender storage, basically, flip that. It sends lava from the Nether. You've seen a million setups like that if you've ever seen modded Minecraft. If not, leave a note in the comments and I'll show you where I put it. It's nothing exceptional. It uses extra utilities, endothermic pump to pull lava up. Yeah, and so what we're going to do is go ahead and put down a little bit of this fluid duct stuff. This stuff is from it's from thermal expansion, and then we put down these guys right here who immediately start making all sorts of great stuff, right? So they're sucking power out of the Nether. There's a chunk loaded place down in the Nether that's doing all this work. So they're going to have lots of electricity, and then we're going to take that and we're going to run it off a line to a battery box. We're then going to use that to do all the ore processing down here. These guys are frozen, but check out how much loot they're collecting. I mean, that's awesome right there. And then this will need to be cooked into stone for the bridge. Look at this. I can make another cell. I have a bunch of this stuff. Emeralds, entropy shards, which are hard to find. Look at all this ferrous. This was, I brought down, I was just sorting it earlier. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this. It's just, as you can see, that's working really well. So, I mean, like, you can't ask for it to do a better job than this, basically. And we'll just keep getting better and better as we tune it and improve the carts. I will need to work on this security system. But yeah, you know, let me just turn this guy's engine off. There we go. He's disabled. So, folks, with that, I think I'm going to call it a day. You see me do a bunch of stuff. I'm very sorry I couldn't finish this. I will work on finishing it in the future. So please join me next time, and I'm certain that we will conclude the ore processing and material extraction, because we're going to need to get both liquids, and we're going to need to get outputs from the smelting system back up to our AE. So we'll do that next time. Until then, please, if you like what you saw, if you want to talk about it, go ahead and leave a comment. I also greatly appreciate subs. Those are cool too. But again, you know, I'm not that picky. I'm just happy to talk and know that you guys are enjoying. So feel free to talk back. I do try to talk. Also, if you like the mod pack, go to resonant-rise.com for more info. Use the AT launcher at atlauncher.com to get involved. And sneak peek, one of the reasons this episode's a little bit shorter and I'm not recording a third is because I have secret projects. There's a new person on the server. Huh. Secret project.